Welcome to Lucky Ventures channel. Relax and enjoy the video. In the meantime, subscribe, like, comment and share.
Good day guys. Alright, today I'll be showing you different areas in Port Harcourt OGRA, and I'll also be telling you their names and maybe a few things about the areas and what to expect from each areas. Alright, let's go. First off, the area I'm at now, this is called Isaac Boro Park area. This is like we call it the back of Isaac Boro Park. And Isaac Boro Park is like a park where people come and do things. If the government have events, that's where they do it. Like maybe military day, armed forces day, that's where they do their celebration and stuff. So it's like a Port Harcourt park. And this is like the back. You can see the view. They have two gates, one at the front and one also at the back. And close to it at the front is also a popular primary school called Port Harcourt Primary. We'll soon get there. This is the board of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Their job is to like renovate properties within the Niger Delta parts of Nigeria, and I guess maybe they renovated the park or something here. That's why their board is around here. This is a view of some lovely trees. As you can see, the park is filled with big trees. This has the street solar lights mounted recently close to the primary school, the Port Harcourt Primary School. This is the back of the Port Harcourt Primary School I was telling you guys about. This is a school I told you guys about. Still looks clean. According to history ahead, it was built sometime around, the school has been there for over 20 years or so, maybe more. Looks beautiful from this side. These are some plantain trees at the back of the school. And this is the end part of the school, which is like the end of the road that separates it from the other side of the street. This is front of the Port Harcourt Primary School. This is across the road opposite the Port Harcourt Primary School, a residence where people live. This is a palm kernel tree, and there goes another lovely building close to the Port Harcourt Primary School. This is the signboard of the school. This is the entrance of the school. So I'm about to cross to the other side now. And recently there was a building here. There used to be a building here, but I'm finding out today it has been demolished. And maybe they want to put up a better structure here, as you can see. Now I'm crossing to the other side of the street. This is called Old Aba Road. This road is called Old Aba Road. And I think this is one of the longest roads in Port Harcourt. And this part of the Aba Road, this area is popularly known as UTC. This is UTC at Aba Road, Port Harcourt. Across this road there used to be a cinema, but no longer exist because of lack of maintenance, I guess. It's so far from here, can't view it from this angle. Most times when there is a fuel scarcity, you see lots of trailers on this road, lots of them, but there's no current fuel scarcity, so you can only see few tankers parked on this side of the road. Normally this is like their parking spot. Alright, time to head to the next area. Alright, this area is called this is a junction called UTC. This is the UTC junction. This has some beautiful trees. Close to this junction is Forces Avenue, which we will be approaching soon. Such a beautiful decoration. This is a private school. I don't know much about the school, but I know it's a private school. This actual area this school is at is called Forces Avenue. Here you see different forces, from DSS to Navy, Army, the police, all have their generals or their commanders live around this area. This is front of the school. This is Forces Avenue, OGRA Port Harcourt, guys. This is the view of Forces Avenue. In this area, Forces Avenue, we also have about 2 radio stations. And the area is not that busy, always calm, just maybe few cars passing here and there, but mainly not a busy area at all. Definitely not a good area for small businesses. But it's indeed a beautiful place, actually. This is another part of OGRA called Olumini Street. This is Olumini Street, guys. This is like one of the most calmest streets in Port Harcourt, if I'm not mistaken. This is Port Harcourt Club area in Forces Avenue, popularly known as Port Harcourt Club area. Alright guys, that's it for the OGRA Port Harcourt tour. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.